An attack 2 weeks ago on 15 rescue workers in Gaza by Israeli soldiers provoked international outrage. Now mobile phone footage has emerged that has forced Israel to change its account of the circumstances under which its soldiers opened fire. The rescue workers were travelling in a convoy, which Israel's military had said approached suspiciously and without lights, but the footage shows the convoy did have headlights on and emergency lights flashing. Tonight, Israel has admitted the soldiers were mistaken about the lights and the threat they were under. You may find footage of the video in Dan Johnson's report distressing. This video challenges Israel's account of why its soldiers opened fire with such deadly force. It's just before dawn, and the Red Crescent paramedics and civil defense workers are answering a call to help the wounded. Near Rafah, Israel's military first said this convoy advanced suspiciously towards troops with the lights switched off. But you can see, these are marked vehicles, and they're wearing reflective uniforms. Then without warning, the shooting continues for more than 5 minutes. The paramedic whose filming says his last prayers Rifat Red One was one of 15 killed. His phone was found with his body, and he recorded the whole event. His last words, "Before being shot, forgive me. Mum, I just wanted to help. People, I wanted to save lives." The footage only emerged when teams could safely reach this site. 7 days later, the bodies were buried along with the vehicles. Regular practice, the army says, to protect them from animals. The young called this a mass grave. Israel's account was already in question. The only paramedic to live through the shooting told us earlier this week they had their lights on, and it was clear they were medics. "I'm the only survivor who saw what happened to my colleagues, and I will expose the crimes committed by the occupation against them." On Tuesday, Israel's response was in defense of its forces. The IDF did not randomly attack an ambulance last Sunday, verily. Uncoordinated vehicles were identified advancing suspiciously toward IDF troops, without headlights. Now that narrative's being upended. Tonight, a military official admitted the soldiers were mistaken about the lights and the threat they were under. The army insists 6 of the dead belong to Hamas, but it denies they were executed. At close range, the changing story, though, is only increasing the pressure for an independent investigation. This footage lay buried for a week in the Gaza sand. Now it is forcing Israel to give answers and adding to the calls for accountability. Dan Johnson, UKK News in Jerusalem.